Welcome to the 10-Minute Mind Shift Podcast. I'm your host, Janet Cagle, certified life coach, weight loss coach, and lover of all things related to upleveling my life and yours. My goal is to help you get one step closer to your goal, whatever it is. My goal is not to keep you wrapped up in self-help all day, just 10 minutes. And who doesn't have 10 minutes, right? Welcome back, friends. It's been a minute. This is episode number 114, and today we're going to talk all about negative emotions. Doesn't that sound like fun? First of all, and I have said this, but maybe not often enough, so I will say it again, there are no good emotions or bad emotions, good thoughts or bad thoughts. There are only thoughts and emotions that serve you as you create your life by design, the life of your heart's desire, or thoughts and emotions that do not serve you. That's it. It is that simple. And I used to think that because I had all of these negative thoughts and emotions that something was wrong to me. I mean, I would see evidence in the bookstore with aisles and aisles of books devoted to how to be happy. I read hundreds of them, and none of them said what I'm going to say to you right now. We are supposed to have negative emotions. Yep. For as long as we are human and for as long as we have a brain, you will have both positive and negative emotions. It is how we are designed, and there is a purpose to them. I hope that with that I just said right there, you will stop kicking your ass every time you have a bad day or a negative thought or emotion. Just stop it. That, my friend, does not serve you. Here's the deal. We only know happy because sad exists. We know connection because lonely exists. We know brave and courageous because fear and uncertainty exist. We can only know what ability is because of experiencing inability. We only know authentic because we know fake. We know energized because we know drained. You get my point. Negative emotions are what make positive emotions possible. And the full human experience will always be 50-50. When we don't understand that, it can send us down a downward spiral and into the useless and powerless indulgent emotions that I talk about in episode 10. The worry, anxiety, self-doubt, self-pity, confusion, indecision, and resentment, just to name a few. Here's what I want you to understand about negative emotions. It's harmless. Negative emotions are harmless. The emotion itself is just a vibration in your body. That's it. Now, they don't feel comfortable, but they are not what is causing your pain. And why this is so important to understand is that trying to avoid the experience of a negative emotion is what drives us to do the things like overeat, overdrink, overspend, date people we shouldn't, marry people we shouldn't, stay married to people we shouldn't. We buffer with a life that is not our heart's desire because it's better than having to feel lonely or bored. The prospect of feeling a negative emotion is what keeps us from doing the very things that we can't stop thinking about, whatever that is for you. We don't want to feel the frustration of learning something new and sucking at it. It's our brain's way of keeping you from feeling fear, being rejected, and feeling the pain of humiliation. Think about it. What are you not doing today because of the way it might make you feel if you sucked at it? We work very hard at avoiding the feeling of failure, and what we're also doing is missing the feeling of success and accomplishment and completion in the process. When I'm working with weight loss clients, one of the things they tell me about is why they are afraid to go into a program that might actually work. And that is the fear of feeling deprived. They fear the feeling, the discomfort of the change that they know they will experience in order to grow. They fear isolation, of being the only one at the party not overeating. They fear the disappointment of not eating the cookie. Being on the autoimmune elimination protocol right now, I totally get it. But here is a mind shift for you. You are going to feel all of those emotions whether you chase your dreams and create the life of your heart's desire or not. Why? Because you are human and you have a brain, and that's the way that we are wired. All of us. I know it might feel like you are wired to even more of a negative bias than your friend. It's just not true. When you learn how your brain works and how you can manage your brain to create different results, you begin to see the value of all of your emotions, even the negative ones, and you learn how to flip the script and change the plot of your life instead of letting life just happen all around you. Why not make the decision right now, today, to step into the discomfort, embrace all of the emotions that are part of the human experience, and know that your willingness to experience the beautiful existence of being human means that from time to time, that includes a negative emotion. We create our own suffering by resisting our emotions, by trying not to feel them. But what if we just allowed them and embraced them and recognized them as part of our humanness? Allowing an emotion is not the same as ignoring it or trying to spin it into something positive. Allowing is the opposite of resisting. Allowing is like swimming in a pool of pool noodles, and each pool noodle is an emotion. We allow them to be in the pool with us. We let them float up and drift off. What we've been doing is grabbing onto them and pushing them under the water. And if you've ever tried to submerge a pool noodle, you know the impossibility of that. If you push it down in the middle, the ends pop up. If you hold both ends under the water, the middle pops up. When crappy things happen in life, we want to be able to process all of the feelings. We want to be able to experience the event with the appropriate human emotion, and sometimes that even means frustration. In fact, I know for sure that there have been times in my life that frustration made me furious and quit on something, but lately, frustration has been the catalyst for me doubling down. What I have noticed is that frustration is driving me to become more curious instead of furious. I'm doubling down on learning all the things that I can to move into remission and optimization for me and for Dutch. I want to give you some takeaways today if you're new to the process of processing negative emotions or any emotion. It's for sure not easy and it takes practice, so don't be surprised if it feels super icky at first, but it's a total game changer for up-leveling your life. So here we go. Step 1. When you feel yourself in a negative emotion, ask yourself these 2 questions. Question 1, what am I feeling? And describe it specifically. What is the word for the feeling? I suggest going to the interwebs and Googling an emotions chart. Get a list of them so you can broaden your emotional vocabulary. It's kind of fun, but it's also enlightening. Question 2, where is it in my body? Really sit in the space of feeling it in your body, in your being. That's going to take time. I really want you to spend some time with this. Don't try to rush through step 1. When you're ready, move on to step 2. Instead of ignoring it, resisting it, or buffering against it, breathe it in. Open your heart up to the emotion that you are feeling. Recently, as I did this exercise, I was feeling very sad. As I was really feeling the sad and breathing it in, I felt the hollowness in my gut and the heaviness in my heart. I could literally feel it in my body. It wasn't pleasant, but resisting is way more painful, and it is where we create our own suffering. Instead of tightening up against it and bracing against it, the sadness just flowed through me. And I felt a softening happen in my body too, kind of like an acceptance of whatever happens, I will be okay. That's the kind of process that settles your nervous system and makes you begin to feel safe again. Being unwilling to feel the negative emotion does not keep you from experiencing negative events. It does not. Things beyond our control are always going to come and go in our lives. Some of the events will create negative emotions, and as it turns out, it's supposed to be that way. I hope that this has been helpful and useful to you, and the next time that you experience a negative emotion, not an indulgent one, but a negative one, you will know what to do. All right, my friend, that is what I have for you today. And now, go have the best day ever. That's a wrap. I hope that you were able to experience a mind shift of your own today. Listen, if you loved this podcast, you should totally check out my Life by Design 6-week bootcamp. It's a work at your own pace workshop and something that you can do over and over and over again to uplevel your results and get ready for a transformation at the speed of life.